Hello everyone, my name is Clancis and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get there, you guys already know what to do. Smash the like button for me so that we can trigger the YouTube algorithm to push this video far and wide so that we can go and fetch more members of the clan that have no idea that they exist on this platform. Yes. So I thank you all, everybody that is responding to this call of action, because it's so important for a YouTuber's channel to grow on this platform. Otherwise, YouTube is just going to say, buy channel, and then it will give opportunity to other channels that are growing on the platform. And guess who is responsible for that? It is you, if you like the content that I put out on the channel. So if you are just going to click and watch and do not give me a like, you are actually killing my channel. So please keep it alive by clicking the like button. Thank you so much. So let's go to the Gauteng High Court at the Senzo Meyiwa murder retrial, and boy oh boy, Advocate Mshololo went for it. You know, she went for something that I felt that Advocate Ngumalo should have done yesterday when he did his proposition. If you guys listened to my video this morning, I said that the question was supposed to be asked in a way that is not assuming, presumptuous, or in a way that is accusatorial to the witness. And of course, Mshololo did exactly what I thought I would have done if I was Ngumalo. But we are going to get to that, so continue watching. Guys, before I go further, I just want to ask you a question. Do you get the sense that the state is being dishonest in the way that it organized its witnesses? Okay, hear me out. Now, Musia testified before this witness that is on the stand currently. And now, the way that this witness is testifying in court, it seems as though what she's supposed to be answering, she then shifts the blame to the previous witness, which was Musia. Instead of answering a certain question, she will say, oh, that was Musia's responsibility. And then when she was asked another question, oh, that was Musia's responsibility. And she's asked another question, oh, that you should ask Musia. And in my mind, I'm thinking, then why was there any sequence of witnesses so that if this particular witness takes the stand and then she says, you're going to have to ask Musia, then the defense team should say, okay, we are going to ask Musia when he comes and testifies. But of course, Musia has already testified. Can you bring him back to the stand? I don't think so, though, unless they make an application to get Musia back on the stand and then get to ask him these questions that they're asking the current witness. So I felt that Baloyi, though I think the strategy is smart, but at the same time, it is so dishonest that it is making a mockery out of the defense and the court, I think. But is the strategy intelligent enough to save his case? I absolutely don't think so. I think that ship has sailed a long time ago, when it started with the fact that when we found out that the crime scene was contaminated, and there's no coming back after that one. It doesn't matter how he arranges his witnesses. How do you answer how the crime scene was not protected? And any evidence that is found thereafter, how is it credible? So before I go any further, I would like to remind you, smash the like button once again for me and do subscribe to my channel. I notice that a lot of you are watching the videos, but you are not subscribing. Click the subscribe button, it's free of charge, trust me. So this is when Advocate Mshololo started sharpening her knives, because she was definitely going for this witness. But before she went for the witness, she did something I thought, wow, what a move she made, even though the judge did interject and try to rescue the witness. Basically, where Mshololo was going with was the fact that the attitude of a police officer when giving evidence in court, it is to assist the court through her behavior or her attitude, that the attitude of the officer is to assist the court by having a positive attitude rather than having a negative attitude. I think when she did that, when Advocate Mshololo did that, the attitude of the witness simply changed from being hostile to somebody that is quite subdued and tamed, and she started answering with much more respect, much more calmness, and even possibly with some compassion. And then Mshololo began to start cutting through this meat, and then she said, listen, I want to ask you about the door. This particular door, Why is it the only door that is used by everybody going in and out, in and out? That also includes the police that were busy investigating the scene. Why that was the only door that was being used? I think she was driving the point towards the fact that why the forensics did not actually lift the fingerprints on that door, simply because they thought that if they lifted fingerprints, that their own fingerprints were also going to be lifted, showing that there was also contamination from the police side by not probably even wearing protective gear. They say they wear the blue gloves, but the way they are talking, they seem to forget to mention that they wore protective gear so that they themselves do not contaminate the crime scene. But anyways, I believe that they did not lift the fingerprints out of that door handle because they themselves, the police, Bomusia and this particular witness and the first responders and everybody that came there did not wear protective gear, and they were also handling that door. And of course, if they open and of course if they lifted the fingers, it's going to point most of them that their fingerprints were also found on the crime scene. And of course that would do what? Expose the incompetence of the police. It was quite funny for me when I heard that the only fingerprint that was found at the Khumalo house was that of Nonhlanhla Khumalo, meaning Kelly Khumalo. What about the mother who is always there? Surely her fingerprints will be the ones that are dominant over Nonhlanhla's or over Kelly Khumalo's. What about Zandi? What about six other people that were in the house that particular day? Because clearly, Tumelo Madlala as well as Togo did go out at some point to catch a smoke. And Senzo Meyiwa once upon a time also followed them outside. Where are those fingerprints? So I know that she also said that the surface of the where they leave fingerprints, if it does not pick up fingerprints, then it will depend whether they are going to leave fingerprints or not. She even talked about the blue light after putting the powder. To me, I thought all of that was excuses. For me, I would have thought, listen, sometimes a fingerprint can hide in places that you would not have thought about. Probably, you see that 45-degree angle of the door handle, maybe a fingerprint would have been lifted there or something like that. But if it is the door handles that I know from the township, those things, they pick up fingerprints. That is why whenever we do cleaning, we also clean them. Because why? They pick up fingerprints and then the silveriness of it starts looking a little bit dull because of the fingerprints. And usually it disgusts me when I see a door handle looking like that. So the witness does admit that there was only one door that they were all using going in and out, and they were not using or did not have an alternative door that they could use as to come in and go out as they are doing their investigations. So now let's get to the bullet. Remember the bullet that the current witness is testifying about that she found behind 2 glass jars? So let me read the question out that Mshololo posed on this witness. She said, so you discovered bullet next to the door that people were using moving in and out of that house. The witness answered and said the bullet was behind the glass jars. And this is where Mshololo then put it to her, and I will read once again what she said. Mr. Musia told this court that he inspected the area wherein you found the bullet, and he did not find it. The witness said, I understand. Mshololo goes on to tell the witness that after he had searched the area, he then left. Then the witness said, okay, I'm listening. Mshololo then put it to the witness that after Musia was done searching the crime scene, he then left to attend 2 other crime scenes that were not too far away from the area. And then when she, meaning now the witness, came the following morning, this is when she finds the bullet. And then Mshololo put it to the witness that Zandile Khumalo, witness number 1, told the court in her testimony, she said that the house was well lit. You could even see a fly pass by. Then Mshololo asked her a question about the area where she found the bullet, and this is what she says. In the area where you searched and found a bullet, you said it was behind clear jars. Am I correct? She said, yes, there were clear jars. And this is where the witness then explained the glass jars. She said, actually, these glass jars, they had food in them. It looked like cereal or something like that. So this is where they keep their food, in those clear jars. Okay guys, can I ask a question? I know some people may explain it scientifically, but me, who's terrified of guns and bullets, how is it possible that a bullet will, at the speed that it travels in, will just simply land behind 2 glass jars and does not break any of the glasses, and also doesn't cause a dent against the wall where it would hit first and then land behind the glass jars? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a ballistic scientist either, but I'm just asking a question, guys, because we all know that bullets travel at a very fast velocity. And why would the bullet just simply falls behind these glass jars? Because at least one of the glass jars would have broken to show that indeed the bullet did hit the glass and then it landed behind and lost its velocity. So this is when Mshololo repeats the question or the statement to the witness and said, Mr. Musiya did check the area. He says he thoroughly checked the area but did not find a bullet. And then Mshololo continues to say, the reason why I am putting this one to you, the reason why Mr. Musiya did not find this bullet, because it was not there when he was inspecting the area, and it was planted by the people who were moving in and out of the scene after he left and before you arrived. And the witness responded by saying, me finding the bullet, I found it because I had removed the 2 glass jars and shifted everything that was on top of the cupboard. If I did not remove the jars, I too wouldn't have found the bullet. It was when we removed things on top of the table was when I found the bullet. I think she meant the cupboard. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I see what she's trying to do here, because Musiya forgot the script and now she's trying to save his back by saying, listen, the way this bullet was so hidden, all I had to do was to use my expertise and my experience to look at the door, and the way the door was looking, it's clear that maybe the bullet traveled and landed, or let's say removed the 2 jars here. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, still, ma'am, what happened to the glass jars? Why didn't they break? If the wall was tiled, why didn't the bullet hit the wall and then fall behind the glass jars and cause some kind of a dent against the wall or tiles or whatever it is in the kitchen? That to me is a mystery. So this is when the witness said, well, I cannot answer to what happened before I arrived. The only thing that I can answer to is that I found a bullet after I searched behind the 2 glass jars. And then she continues to say, I have no evidence that the bullet was planted there. The only evidence I have is that I found the bullet behind the glass jars. So like I had said some few videos ago, that it's possible that this witness may have not been the one who planted the bullet, but somebody must have planted the bullet after Musiya himself and the first responders had searched the area and found nothing. And now here we are finding a bullet by this particular witness. So I do see the line of questioning by Mshololo, so that she does not seem to say that you planted the bullet behind the glass jars. So that is why I felt that Nxumalo should have put his question in a similar way, or at least in a way that I would have put it according to the video that I posted last night, but I saw that it uploaded this morning. Wi-Fi people, I'm having Wi-Fi problems. Please do forgive me for that one. I think even tonight's video is going to come out tomorrow, because overnight, seemingly my Wi-Fi opens and then it's able to upload videos. Anyways, we are not there. But of course, Mshololo would not leave this question hanging at this witness. She wanted the witness to answer the question with either a yes or a no, or I understand or I don't know. She further says, my question is, people have been moving in and out, passing that area where you discovered the bullet after Musiya had left. The witness responded by saying, I hear you. So at the end of the day, Mshololo did get the answers that she wanted around the finding of this bullet that no one else did see. And then I like the fact that even though that the witness was trying to be smart about her answers by saying, I hear you, I understand, I don't think she realizes that she's actually answering the question with a yes, and I agree, and I admit. Then Moshololo continued to ask about, after the investigation, what did they do? And then Moshololo put it to the witness that it was Musia who took all the evidence and then took it with him to the office, and she wanted confirmation from the witness. The witness said, yes, it was Musia who took all the evidence with him to the office. Just as she was about to continue, this is when I was hit with load shedding, and I'm currently in the dark making this video, and I'm not quite sure what is transpiring in court right now. I would love to be a fly on the wall and hear what Moshololo has to say further to this witness and try and get more answers out of this witness. But I think the witness has already answered the main question about this bullet, that it was never there. That's just a simple answer. Somebody put it there to smear somebody else who's going to take the blame for the death of Senzo Meyiwa, other than the 7 people or 6 people that were present with Senzo Meyiwa on the day he was shot and killed at the Khumalo house in Vosloorus on the 26th of October 2014. So this is where I'm going to leave this video. If you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. My super thanks are turned on. Thank you so much to everybody that is super thanking this channel and supporting it financially, because woo, this is a lot of work. I am telling you, I'm at work doing also this work, but it's something that I'm enjoying. I love bringing these stories to you guys. I'm sure there are more other stories that are going to develop and we are going to talk about them. So I appreciate your support. Do leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of what transpired today. I enjoy reading your comment and engaging with you. Also share this video far and wide. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to watch the ads. See you next time with a new video. Goodbye.